There was a wrongness in the town long before I named it. A persistent wrongness like a page dog-eared in an otherwise complete book, an edge of daylight that never quite matched the sun. The air carried a flavor, metallic, stale, as if everyone had been inhaling a single, shared thought for years. That autumn, I took the evening shift in the municipal archive, shelving the town's small tragedies into cardboard boxes and listening to the slow machinery of other people's lives. The first signs came like errata. A street lamp would tilt toward the curb and not fully right itself. A shadow would stop, where it had no right to stop. Birds would slip from the eaves without a sound. People spoke of déjà vu without the comfort of recognition. They mislaid words, then mislaid memories as if the town were losing its nouns. The archive catalog reflected the change. A name misspelled, a photograph smeared into something that resembled an eye, records that seemed to rearrange themselves like driftwood on an invisible tide. I began scribbling notes on the backs of invoices, and the handwriting grew stranger the more I wrote. My mind frayed at the edges, nights stretched, sleep folded into a kind of continuous watching. I dreamed of a moving silence that had weight and preference. It pooled under doors, curled around the ankles of the sleeping, slipped along the rafters like water finding a crack. Faces in the stacks followed me between shelves. Not ghosts, but drafts, thin currents that carried questions. I began to mistrust my shadow, felt it reluctant to keep time. Paranoia is patient. It teaches you to read the weather of small things, the cadence of a neighbor's knock, the slant of a blind, and I learned to mistrust them all. The confrontation arrived like an answer given by fracture. One dawn, the town woke to a light that was not light, but geometry. A low, ribbed glow seemed to come from beneath the earth rather than the sky. It hummed at frequencies that made metal ache and made memories puddle into the streets. At its edges, patterns formed, faces not of bone but of intention. Filaments of something like calculus that began rearranging the town's grain. They did not speak so much as press. Propositions along the rims of thought, quiet trades and private concessions, the promise of not knowing if you consented to look away. I tried to bargain with myself, to script a tidy disbelief. The bargain failed. Neighbors stepped toward those threads and looked until they were less people and more vessels for waiting. My reflection grew patient and foreign. I understood, with a scholar's clarity, that whatever had come did not require bodies. It preferred habits, timetables of grief, the reliable loneliness of late-night workers. When I finally turned my key in the door, it clicked like the end of a calculation. I bolted it. Outside, whatever was learning to wait continued to learn.